Hi there, it's Cicely at So White. Today I'm going to show you how to make macaroons. So the basic recipe that you need is now on the website, on our recipe section. It's also on the blog, and if you order one of our macaroon mats, it will also be enclosed with 2 piping bags in there as well. Okay, so the basic recipe, you need 90 grams of egg whites, which is what I've got in my bowl there. Make sure that they're room temperature when you start, because if they're slightly too cold, they can sort of not work so well and sort of they won't stay stiff for long enough. 100 grams of caster sugar and 100 grams of ground almonds and icing sugar sifted into the bowl. Any large bits of almonds that are left in the sieve, just chuck them away. You want sort of to keep it as smooth as possible. Okay, I suppose the thing to say is notes on adding colour really. I'm going to use this Sugar Flare Ruby paste colour. It's really good and it won't upset the balance of the eggs, because if you use some of the supermarket liquid colours, they can sort of mess with the consistency of the eggs and they won't whip up as much, and it's just sad when you spent a long time whipping something to then find it's not going to work. Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you are going to use the liquid colours, add the liquid colour into the ground almonds and icing mixture, because then the liquid will be absorbed by the sugars but not upset the mixture, but the colour will still come out. Okay, so this is going to be quite a long video, but I'm going to fast forward all the whisking bit. I would say if you're going to do this, do it with an electric whisk. By hand it will take you forever. Okay, so I've got just a little Breville hand and stand whisk. It's pretty good, so it's just quite a bulky thing. What I can do is take the whisk off if I need to, and so it's great, so you can use it handheld or click it in. Okay, so basically start off, egg whites in a bowl, put that down. As you can sort of, I don't know if you can see, the whiskers aren't touching the bottom, and because there isn't much egg white in here, I'm going to have to take it off and do it by hand, which is going to take a while, but whoops. But what I'm going to do is still keep that on there, just to keep the bowl from moving too much. Okay, right, so the first whisk is just the egg whites. Okay, let's go. One thing's really important, do not tilt the whisk, don't move the bowl, don't do it like that, keep it upright. And I learnt that on another YouTube video that I found a while ago, and the macaroons have tasted so much better and have just looked so much better since I've learnt that. So keep it upright, and you can move it around up and down, but just keep it sort of vertical really. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, as you can tell, the mixture has changed. It's now gone white and it's starting to get a little bit thick. There's little peaks starting to it. This is when you add the caster sugar gently, and what I'm going to do is at this point I'm going to add the colouring. Okay, so I'm going to add just yes. So paste colour, and I'm using red. Okay, so just get as much of it off the toothpick as possible. Okay, that's as good as it's going to get. Right. I might put some more in a bit, but it should be alright. Okay, so gently add the caster sugar just a bit at a time. One thing you'll notice if you're doing a handheld like me is that suddenly the mixture will just go thick, really thick, and you'll feel it, and it will just be so much harder sort of holding it because it really wants to be sucked in. Okay, so we're just going to keep going. It's almost stiff enough. It needs just sort of hold that just a little bit more, so we're just going to keep going. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it's starting to get really nice and thick. So you see the peaks are really holding their shape. So I'd say about another minute probably be enough. Okay. Yep, they are gorgeous. Right, can you see how tall they're standing? They're not falling over as quickly. So say about another 30 seconds. Alright, they are gorgeous. Look how stiff it is. That's absolutely fantastic. Right. So the next thing is, I'm going to add the icing sugar and almond mix. Right, okay, so here is our egg mixture, and what we're going to do now is fold in the almond and icing sugar mix. If you're using liquid colour, add the liquid colour directly to this, just sort of give it a couple of seconds just to be absorbed and then just put it in, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to put half in first, and it's good to use a big metal spoon to fold this in. I don't know why, some magic, no doubt. So just fold it in. Right, so there we go, there is the mixture ready to be piped. Okay, so here is the So White macaroon mat. It's got the raised circles, so when you pipe it, they're going to stay all the same size. So when you sandwich them together, they will fit perfectly. Okay, so what you need to do is take piping bags. When you buy the mats from So White now, there will be 2 piping bags included. They won't be caught out. You need a large, round nozzle. Some people say bigger better. I think as long as it's round and it's fairly large, you're going to be alright. As told, because when you put this stuff in, it is going to come out the bottom. So what I do is I just sort of get a bit of kitchen roll and just stuff the bottom, as you can see. So when you load it, it's not all going to come out all over you, all over the floor, because that's not fun. Right, let's take this gorgeous mixture. With this recipe, all of it will fit into this bag, and you won't have to try and pull it open when it's really sticky. Get the last bit out, so you're not going to waste any. Okay, so the bag is ready, and because I've done that, it's not coming out, which is fantastic. So you're not wasting any, you're not dropping it anywhere. Okay, so this mould is so easy to use. What I'm going to do, start over here. What you're going to do, hold the piping bag straight up, and then just push it out and pull up. So you want to keep it inside the line just a little bit, because it will spread out. Don't leave out this part. Don't just put them straight in the oven now, because they won't work. Please be patient with them. So leave them somewhere cool. It'll take between 15 minutes, half an hour, sometimes an hour, just to get a nice shell. And the way to test it is that if you press it at the minute, you can see that it's sticking to my fingers. When the shell is formed, you'll be able to touch it and nothing will come off. Okay, so let's leave it and see.